What are staff members of the ministry doing in your private chalet at home, in your country home? What are they doing there? Esther, what are they doing there? Can you tell us that official duty they are performing in your village?
Barrister, you just said in official capacity.
That is what we want to find out now. Tell us. Are we not supposed to know? Are they constructing road in your room?
So if they are constructing road, it can lead to accidents.
Things like that, you know. Just like that, you know.
It's possible that from where she was standing, or where he was standing or sitting, before anything could take place, something happened.
And you know, construction equipment are very heavy. Maybe the one Dave Umahi deployed for delay was too heavy for her and she collapsed. Is that not possible? You don't construct road with anyhow equipment now. It's heavy, big ones.
So guys, I say investigation must happen. See, the father fit say, you know what I told you, but David Umahi must be investigated. I mean, sit down and watch this video well. Because this video is long ago, but sit down and watch this video. Because it gets some questions where David Umahi need to answer. You understand? Who tell you say that the boyfriend call her? Who tell you say that this one? See, David Umahi where they did. I don't understand though. If they do it before, at least I go stop. Oh. Mary, Habila. Mary Habila must get justice. Mary Habila must get justice. Enough is enough. Because you get money, you won't shut everybody up. Never. Enough is enough. Oh. She showed me that freedom of speech. We go talk. Who want to do investigation? Just imagine. Come on, Odogu Asaba. Where he don't even buy the girl, the girl don't buy for your house. Odogu Asaba, when I say he will put the girl, he don't give the girl money. This one. Not be the girl go take something, so the girl go buy. But what happen? Odogu Asaba, they throw some, they go arrest her. She understand so. Why can't be say person go buy for person house? Person house at the end. Some people they always say that it was not one girl. The other day when I say one girl, 16 years old girl, here the man go hotel. When the man buy for hotel, they come arrest the girl. Now not for hotel, but now the girl when you see the work when I tell that piece there, you say that nurse at the end the girl buy for your house. Now you deny say. The girl not buy for your house, not be your apartment, not be this one. And Nigeria, we need to wake up. Enough is enough. I'm not talking. I'm not reach the end. See, David Umahi, if you done before, like this one you do a ratio. Investigation must go on. We must know what did happen. How Mary take by. We must know how she go by naked. Watch the video.
So this girl died after she stopped talking to the boyfriend, and then she called you to narrate the response, what she said to the boyfriend, and what the boyfriend responded to. Before she told you she passed on. She told you she couldn't pick her call in the morning. Wahala today bye.
Nigerians, come and listen.
You see what he says, that even in the morning she told her boyfriend she was going to bath because she had locked her door. When they discovered something was wrong, they broke down the door and discovered her dead. The tap was still running. They did not tell us that it was the boyfriend that told him. He's saying that she told him.
That means a dead girl is talking to Dave Umahi.
Anugum.
Nigerians, come and hear exclusive from VOP.
Abu for VOP. It's Mr. Dave Umahi. It's exclusive from the Minister of Works.
Oh my God.
Sir, he held a press conference to clarify what happened though. That's what he said.
That girl was talking to him.
Because he said these were her final moments before she was found dead. That's what he said.
You can imagine. The level of.
So we don't know if this conversation now the boyfriend tell her or now the girl call her for phone they tell her.
I said by the time they begin to dissect this thing, to him and tell him the meaning of what you had just said. You said, no, I don't mean it that way. I was misquoted. No, it was on a wrong context. In fact, it was not on that. They will find a way to cover this thing, he said. But from all indications, they might have a question to answer.
Barrister, wahala deal. Wahala deal.
And you know, construction equipment are very heavy. Maybe the one Dave Umahi deployed for delay was too heavy for her and she collapsed. Is that not possible? You don't construct road with anyhow equipment now. It's heavy, big ones. As long as don't have so that.
But Barrister, you need to explain in English what Hanamiami is.
You know, there are certain language that don't have English name in it.
It's very important. This is national radio, so when we use certain terms that is not generally well understood, you will have to explain so everybody understand the context you're coming from.
In fact, that's why we are working together. Where I miss out, you can fill in the gap. Or you tell them,
Barrister, you want the Umahi treatment. You've not heard the latest situation. A young lady is in the coffin and she's about to be autopsied, and you're saying to me that you want that treatment. Why?
It's not all the. It's not such every.
Barrister, you don't want me to give birth to beautiful children. So you want a treatment that will lead to something else?
Not all adventure end up in such a manner.
Wow.
Since Lagos is becoming too hot, we can return to the country home in the village in a quiet environment. I'm afraid of the country home you're referring to, Barrister. That particular country home is a dangerous one, no? Because you enter somewhere, nothing happens, and then they're saying something else in the morning that is unalived. Esther, you can be very sure. What are you telling me? With me, you are very safe.
Barrister, are you sure?
Very safe.
Because
from all I've been doing,
the Minister of Works is saying now that after breaking his silence over the death of the physiotherapist, Miss Mary Habila, a staff member who died at his residence in Umahi State, he's saying that she was like a daughter to him. Barrister, am I not a daughter to you? Why would you want your daughter to humanize you? It doesn't make sense. He says that she had worked closely with him for years and had a history, Barrister. She had a history of medical challenges for which he personally funded treatment. Barrister, do you understand what is going on now? He's also revealing that his late aide complained of bleeding from her nose during a phone conversation with her boyfriend. That is how close they are. He knows very close, intimate details about this young lady, and that she complained to him about bleeding through her nose during a conversation with her boyfriend shortly before she was found dead, as he insisted there was no evidence of foul play in the incident.
One thing that is very striking here is that...
No, Barrister, can they tell me?
It's always good to identify a man by what he likes.
Oh, really?
Yes, that contractor lady that was linked to Dave Umahi. She was very busty and very succulent, and you understand. Those people they're very chubby.
Okay.
This other lady too, the same specification. So why are they always linking Dave Umahi with things like that? Esther, can you give me explanation? These are issues. So when you like certain things, at the end of the day.
Barrister, this is not funny actually. If you look at the circumstances surrounding this.
Esther, since the federal government is making it to look like a funny joke, let us use it as a joke. Because in a serious country, Dave Umahi will not remain in office 24 hours after this thing broke. Like we said in the World News, what are staff members doing in your country home? That unofficial
You said official visit, Barrister, but they didn't tell us precisely what kind of official visit.
That is what I'm trying to find out.
Both of us are trying to find. That's why I was wondering. That's why I said, why would you want such a treatment? For example, he said that she's like a daughter to him. I'm supposed to be like a daughter to you. So you're sure you're not supposed to be expecting a certain kind of treatment that leads to elevated pulses, adrenaline, that could supposedly cause an aneurysm, which leads to a nosebleed, a tongue bleed, or peeled thigh.
As if we have not had fathers, biological fathers who slept with their daughters. As if we have not had it.
Well, Barrister, you know that many are roaming but very few are sane.
So all those thoughts are for the gods. The thing is that what are staff members of the ministry doing in your private chalet at home, in your country home? What are they doing there? Esther, what are they doing there? Can you tell us that official duty they are performing in your village?
Barrister, you just said in official capacity.
That's what we want to find out now. Tell us. Are we not supposed to know? Are they constructing road in your room?
So if they are constructing road, it can lead to accidents.
Things like that, just like that.
It's possible that from where she was standing, or where he was standing or sitting, before anything could take place, something happened.
And construction equipment are very heavy. Maybe the one Dave Umahi deployed for delay was too heavy for her, and she collapsed. Is that not possible? You don't construct road with anyhow equipment now. It's heavy, big ones.
Well, Barrister, Dave Umahi is breaking his silence. Before anything, he's setting the narrative. And so Dave Umahi is saying that that he's insisting that he's suspecting foul play.
Are you serious?
There is no suspected foul play to this incident of the passing of the young lady, and that he's describing attempts to link him to the incident as politics taken too far. That's what he said. He said it's politics taken too far because there's no foul play to the incident. So we've not gotten a police report to indicate if there was no suspicious incident that led to the lady's death. But Mr. Dave Umahi has done his own investigations and concluded by himself that there is no foul play to this. No, we're coming somewhere. Then he described her, the late young lady, as his daughter, and that he worked very closely with her. In fact, for years, this physiotherapizing situation has been ongoing with this 26-year-old young lady for years, and that the lady had complained to him at some point. Being a father, she had complained to him that I bleed whenever I talk to my boyfriend via the telephone, and that statement was what she made before she died. So while she was on the phone with him, complaining to him that she actually was nose bleeding while she was speaking with her boyfriend, and then she passed on. But what the Anita Baki, the colleague, is telling us was that she went to the salon to make her hair, came back, showed and displayed the hair to the friend, they chatted and joked, and then she went to have her bath. So we're having different narrations on what led to the death of this young lady. We don't know if the nosebleed happened when she entered her room, picked up her phone while she was speaking with her boyfriend, then she nosebled, then called Dave Umahi to tell Dave Umahi that while she was speaking with her boyfriend that her nose was bleeding before she eventually whatever.
Let us look at the environment. I am sure that environment is gated and fenced.
Yes.
And there must be security. That one.
There were child attendees.
There must be security at the gate. I mean, for a minister, that one is not either local or official. There must be security at the gate. Did any strange fellow that resembles a man enter that premises as at that day? Is there anybody? I'm sure there must be CCTV camera. So did you check all these things and saw a very strange face? Because now that we are hearing of a boyfriend, did the boyfriend murder her and drop her in Dave Umahi's place? Is it possible? Where did they pass? Esther, where did they pass? Is it not through the gate? Was there any something like that? The CCTV camera, did they have they checked it? These are issues now. So when telling me there is no foul play, there's a foul play, whom are you trying to talk to? If this is your first time of having this kind of this thing, we say okay. What is it that whenever you get involved with a woman, it ends up in disaster? And you are telling us stories. Okay, why did you bring them to your private chalet in your village? Why did you bring them there? No, tell me how. Your daughter. Your daughter. Why did you bring them to your private chalet? What official duty are they doing there? Tell us. They came to massage in your village, Abi. Are they massaging the members of your family? These are issues that Dave Umahi cannot answer. There is no reason why those guys should come into your compound. For what? Staff members of your ministry. It is not becoming seriously.
And they drove down. It wasn't like they drove down from wherever.
Can you imagine?
So, according to what the minister is saying during a press conference to update the public on newly approved projects by the president, because he said the president is a healer, Umahi disclosed that the deceased was a nurse employed by the Federal University of Health Sciences, Ebonyi State, contrary to reports describing her as a physiotherapist. So, who gave permission for that physiotherapist narrative to go viral?
I wonder.
Okay, now the minister's comments comes amid widespread public interest and speculation surrounding the circumstances of the young woman's death after reports emerged that she died in one of the ministry's guest houses. So while he was providing his first detailed account of the incident, Umahi said the deceased had been working with him for about 3 years and enjoyed a close relationship with his family. He also appealed to the deceased family to permit an autopsy to establish the exact cause of death, revealing that he had directed that the body should not be released for burial until the procedure was conducted. And this is despite the deceased father saying that he doesn't want an autopsy conducted on the body of the daughter. The minister's comments obviously is what generated all of the conversations and why he needed to give a detailed account of the incident. He said the deceased had been living and working for him. Working with him. She had been living and working with him for about 3 years, and she enjoyed a close relationship with his family.
Okay, fine. Esther, is that girl now a nurse or?
So she's a nurse. that she's not a physiotherapist as widely speculated. In fact, let me even explain what he says. He says that the deceased has been receiving treatment at a Turkish hospital before her death, with medical bills allegedly paid by him. So it's like all the evidence that could link to his close relationship with this lady, he's coming to publicly account to say it is not what it is, in case the police investigates her relationship with him, so they don't tie it to be that they're intimately involved from all of this shalaye, because it's I mean, why are you explaining to the public? Why shouldn't you explain to the police? All of this explanation should be given to the police, all right? So according to him, he says that he wants to correct everything about the girl and his ties, and how some politicians or opposition politicians are using this to tarnish his person, and they're taking it too far. So Dave Umahi is saying that she was receiving treatment at a Turkish hospital before she died, and that the medical bills allegedly were paid by him. He also said that she has her medical records being paid by us. The last one was on the 5th of April, and it cost him 2.2 million naira.
Are you serious?
Now the records are there. He paid 2.2 million naira. Umahi also narrated what he said were the deceased final moments before she was found dead, claiming that she had complained of bleeding from the nose during a telephone conversation with her boyfriend shortly before communication stopped. That's what he says. So she said she spoke to her boyfriend at the hour of her death. So he was speaking.
Esther, look.
Barrister, hold on. Let's get this thing clearly. She spoke to her boyfriend at the hour of her death,
yes,
and complained that she was bleeding from the nose. The boyfriend said, no, you have to report it. She said it had stopped. The boyfriend then said, listen, I will not continue this conversation since you are bleeding. It will increase the bleeding. She told the boyfriend, don't cut the call. He's narrating the exact words of this girl, and you're not in the room, but these are exactly what she told you. So he said she told the boyfriend, don't cut the call. The boyfriend cut the call. 3 minutes later, the boyfriend called again, and that she was not responding. That the deceased had earlier informed her boyfriend that she intended to take a bath before communication ceased. That even in the morning, she told her boyfriend she was going to bath because she had locked her door. When they discovered something was wrong, they broke down the door and discovered her dead. The tap was still running. The minister stressed that the guest house where the deceased died was located far from his personal residence, arguing that it was unfair to hold him personally responsible simply because the incident occurred within facilities linked to the ministry. Now what baffles me in this country is that everything becomes an opportunity. There is a guest house where she and other medical personnel stayed, and that is very far from where I stay. Does it mean that because somebody dies in the Ministry of Works, the minister must be accountable for that? He lamented what he described as attempts to exploit the young woman's death for political purposes. That people should be careful when they want to use the unfortunate death of a young girl to play politics. If we have a hand in the killing, it will follow our families and us. But if we don't have a hand in it and you're jumping into it, be careful. Life is spiritual.
Now, are you not trying to say that a jealous lover is involved here? Because the boyfriend has come into the picture.
My question is the exact words of her conversation with her boyfriend.
Look, Esther, this is what they are telling you. Can we go to the phone log to extract this conversation to know whether somebody is actually telling the truth or giving a
Barrister, from everything this man has disclosed to us, this lady has been living with him for years. That she's also a close member of the family. That's not the only thing, Barrister. The second thing to align is the fact that monies for her treatment with the Turkish hospital can be linked to him. He has been paying 2.2 million. The latest was 2.2 million naira. So all these connections and close connections that can link him to this lady, which can nail him actually. He's now using his mouth to say it and say that it is not what it is. Now, if it were you or maybe a Mr. Peter Obi or someone else, tell me how this narrative will be taken.
Esther, gini kon area ana put 2 million. I mean, what is the sickness?
He says she has a health challenge.
Gini kon na challenge. Gini mere health, yeah. No, tell us. Well, look, don't give us half truth.
That she has stayed with him for 3 years. That's why he says she's like a daughter to him. That she was a staff member of the medical science or something. You know, that she had been receiving treatment even while she was for 3 years. She has been staying with him. She's like a daughter to him. She has stayed with him for 3 years. She was a staff member of the Federal Medical University. She was a nurse and not a physiotherapist. And her family and his family are like one family.
How did they get in? How did he get in